Scooby-Doo, where are you?
And we're live with the man himself, Cajun Con founder, Scott Ennis. How are you, my friend?
Well, doing pretty good. I got to give a little credit to my sidekick, Nicole Elmore. She drives me all over to the cons, all over the country. And, people ask us what inspired us to really want to get Cajun Con going. And, nothing to get, there's some great cons out there, man. I mean, some great people actually get it. But we go to a lot of cons that don't get it. And, you walk in, I always say you can always tell you're in for a long weekend when you go, where's the green room? And they go, what is that? And you're like, the food and stuff. And they're like, yeah, we've got a Keurig back there, and there may be some fruit, but I did. Were we supposed to get you a green room? You're like, okay, yeah, that's going to be a long weekend.
Yeah.
So we would spend a lot of time going, that's wrong, this is wrong, this is set up wrong. Because I'm a promoter by heart. I do a lot of big concerts and all that stuff, and I just said we should do our own con, and here we are. We started this 2.5 years ago, and we
Oh,
started
wow.
collecting. Yeah, we started collecting vendors information like year and a half ago, and maybe longer than that. And then last June, not this June, the June before, we launched the website. And people are crazy because we were calling and inviting our celebrity friends to be a part of this, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not doing anything in December," and I'm like, "Now keep in mind this is December 2025, not four," and they'd go, "Oh dear God, that's a whole lifetime away. I don't even know what I'm doing next week," So it was hard getting people to commit, but we did, and in one button, I kid you not, we made one email to mass email to vendors. And I remember going, God, I hope we sell a couple of vendors today. We sold out 200 vendors in one afternoon.
Wow.
I was like, okay. So I called Nicole. I said, yeah, I guess we're doing a con officially now. So I'd be lying, guys, if I didn't say I wasn't a little bit puckered.
You're coming to the end. It's the finish line, and you got no
Yeah.
gas, huh?
Well, it's funny because I told Nicole we tease each other going to cons and everything. I said, you do like it'll be like 3 in the morning. We're driving back from Amarillo or something, back to Baton Rouge, and I'll go, well, you do know if we crash and burn on this deal, we'll never set foot in another con. She goes, yep. And I go, I'm just letting you know. Yeah. It's kind of like Jerry Maguire. Everybody will be going, hey, Ennis, how's that con coming? you know no, we really we're excited about it. I think we've been promoting it a long time. Tickets are free. I mean, who puts on a multi-$100,000 con and lets everybody in for free? Right here, we do. So we're idiots, but
Yes. And
you know
we've shared ours, the physical, and then you went digital, so make sure everybody can get in.
yes, that's what we did. We had this all planned. Now it's still good to keep because you get to keep the collector golden ticket, but now we're digital, so folks can go to CajunConLA.com and download the free ticket. All you got to do is screenshot it. You don't even have to download it. Just screenshot it, show it at the front door. We'll put a 2-day wristband on you. You're in like Flynn. What's funny, and I find this even more so in Louisiana, people will go, Cajun Con. How do you spell Cajun? You know? And that here, I mean, literally here. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, yep, we're serious. I'm like, wow, okay. Well, yeah, that's CAJUN. So CajunConLA.com. Download that free ticket or screenshot it, and you are in. So we're lots of stars, man. I'm telling you, it's and it's really weird dealing with a lot of celebrities because when everybody, you got think about this. You have 85 celebrities, 85 personalities that you have to deal with, right? And everybody thinks they're an A star,
Yeah.
including myself. No, I'm so far on the totem pole, it's not even funny. But it's funny because you have to remind some, and I'm not going to get into names, but I had one guy that was just, oh my God, this guy hadn't had a job since 1920, And he was wanting this, he was wanting that, he wanted first class, he wanted this, and I finally just said, okay, hey, stop. Okay, can I be honest with you? He said, yeah, man, hit me right between the eyes. I said, okay, you're here because I owe a favor to one of your friends. You haven't been in a movie in 40 years. Frankly, I'm just being kind. Nobody knows who you are. So you're not getting first class. You're not getting the Taj Mahal Hotel. You're not getting the limo ride to the con. And other than that, we've got a Keurig and and some fruit in the back for you.
Scott, I don't think you should have treated The Rock like that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, see, now you went and blew it. God
I'm
darn
sorry.
it. Yeah.
I was reading the paper and that beats Rock.
Yeah. But
we were. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say we did a live, just TJ and I on Saturday, and we were just kind of going through the guest list, and we still missed some. I'm looking at it now,
Yeah.
and that's
We've
only like
added
82.
some. Yeah, we've added some.
Oh yeah, you have Kat Cressida. I am a Disney Haunted Mansion junkie, and you have The Bride. Oh.
Yeah, she's in fact, her and I are doing a signing this Saturday over in actually Biloxi, Mississippi, and we're doing 3 Alarm Comics, and we're going to sign there from noon to 5, and so for those people who are in that area, whatever, are listening to this, come by and see us. But she's a friend of mine, and she will be there. And of course, she's also doing Jessie and Toy Story now, and does a lot of that. And then, of course, who can forget, what does this button do? And she's Dee Dee on Dexter's Laboratory, which is kind of cool because we've got Dexter, we got Dee Dee, and then we're going to have Eddie Deason, who is Mandalark, who is the antagonist kid,
Right.
So, I mean, and Eddie, oh my God. There's not a character this guy hadn't done or a TV show, And then of course, hey, it's me, Eugene, So we got. I tell you what we did for Eddie. We always like to spoil our stars, and we get them little gifts, and we put them on the table. And I was in Hobby Lobby, and I saw these cheap red hats, and they had the little R, from that you put on a Letterman's jacket. And I said, wait a minute, I've seen that look before. And I started looking up Eddie, and I said, oh, that's the exact look for the Rydell High hat. So we made Rydell High hats for him. And he'll have those for sale and sign, and then Jackson Bostwick, love this guy. My childhood, he was Shazam. And I asked him, I said, what are you going to be signing? He says, man, Scott, he says, my health hasn't been that great. And he says, they don't really, they don't really make a Shazam pop from like my era. They make one, but it was in a big plastic tall deal, And I said, oh yeah, I've seen that. And I said, what about capes? Yeah, unfortunately, you have to buy like the $150 whole suit to get the cape. So me being the nice guy I am, I got with a seamstress that does a lot of our work, and she made him 20 capes, just like the cape. I mean, it's the cape.
Wow.
And then I ran into a store, I kid you not, through the last 2 years, I've been collecting those tall pops. Thought I had one back here for Shazam. And I've got him about 40.
Wow.
I mean, my wife's like, and why do we have 40 Shazam pops on the dining room table? I'm like, well, because we like Jackson Bostwick. And so,
And we couldn't get a whole bunch of Winnebagos.
Exactly. And in fact, she's mad at me now because, the new Funko Pop came out of Scooby and Shaggy. And I ordered, because, man, when they started, taking orders in late July, early August, man, I was buying these things from GameStop. I was buying them from entertainment, whatever that Hollywood entertainment place. But man, I'll tell you, I forgot where I was ordering them from. I just wanted to make sure I had plenty coming in for the fall and next year. We've got 740 on the dining room table right now, and she's like about to kick me out of the house. Yeah, it's not pretty. And here's the thing, guys. You know, when you're preparing for a con like this, we went out and started buying little gifts to give to our celebrity friends as thank you for coming. You know, so you get, let's say, Chris Bartlett, who's coming, who's now C3PO, and he's done a ton of other stuff. Dude, we're collecting C3PO pops, all of his other characters, and you know we'll have like big plastic things, and we've got them filled up, and it'll say Chris Bartlett, and then you got 80 other people. You know, you've got the Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. You've got Tom Cook, Warner Brothers, Hanna-Barbera artists. All these things packed up, and they're everywhere. I mean, let me show you something, guys, if I can.
Okay.
This just kind of gives you a look. This is just my office now, okay? This is not my Scooby room. So we got these for Lou Ferrigno, okay? And he will sign those, and we got him like 50 of them. I mean, everything from Five Nights at Freddy's to neon signs. It's just neon signs says Incredible Lou Ferrigno. Everything, Cajun Con wristbands and all this stuff, everything in here. I mean, it's look here. These are hats for Cat Cressida to sign for Jesse. There's the hat for Andy. Yeah, it's just it's overkill, right. But we enjoy what we do, and we want people to leave Cajun Con, especially not only the fans, but we want the celebrities to go, oh my God, and then he did this. Let me tell you something we're doing. I am a huge Willy Wonka fan, obviously, with the Willy Wonka tickets and our fast passes that people, by the way, we only have 50 of these fast passes left. If people want to get one, they go to CajunConLA.com, look for Fast Pass. This gets you to the front of the line. It bypasses all these other long lines. I will warn you that if you get into like Art the Clown's line, you're still probably going to have 10 of these in front of you, but it's better than to have 70 people there,
Don't be terrified without it.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the pun. And then, of course, so I've always wanted to reunite the Wonka kids, and we're doing that. And so by doing that, I put together a Wonka set where they will be signing. And I'm not afraid to tell you this because it's kind of almost embarrassing that I did this, but it's my love for Wonka. We spent $10,000 just on the Wonka set. Wow. That's coming down after 2 days. So people are like, wait, you spent 10 grand just to build a place for them to sign? And I'm like, yep, I did. So, yes. And then our buddy Jerry the King Lawler, the legend,
the king,
we'll have him a bunch of, props to sign and for people and fans and stuff.
Brian's heart just skipped a beat.
Well, first of all, that he had his health trouble this year, and then he powered through like he always does. He's such a champ.
Yeah.
And I was praying for him. And I have a Hacksaw Jim Duggan 2x4 from WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
When he was in town. So the care for the prop, the care for what fans can get is so awesome. For us, it's like Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
They're regular beads and those are fun, but when you get a medallion bead, it's so much more special.
Jerry and I have been best friends for 30 years. We go back to, he called me. Well, I was at a con with him in Perryville, Missouri in mid-July. And I told him, I said, when I left, I gave him a big hug. And I said, Jerry, don't go having another stroke on me because you've canceled on me twice. He laughed and he says, yeah, I don't plan on it. Well, then he did.
Yeah.
And anyway, but thank God it wasn't that big of a stroke. And he mustered through it. And he called me and he said, look, I'm canceling a bunch of events. And I thought, here we go. He goes, but I'm coming to yours. So he said, get my table ready and get all my stuff on there because you're the only con that I'm coming to this year.
Nice.
So I said, ah! So, we've got like 15 wrestlers.
Yeah.
I had the $1 Million Man call me just out of the blue yesterday, Ted DiBiase, and we're friends. And he says, Man, I was just thinking about that Cajun Con, man. He goes, man, I was looking at the guest list. He goes, you don't have a lot of people there. I said, yeah. And he goes, well, I hope you do good, my friend. I hope you do good. And so it's nice. We've been getting people, of our celebrity friends calling us going, man, we're rooting for you. And I said, yeah, I'm sure there's people out there that are waiting for me to hit a wall at 100 miles an hour. But, those are naysayers, and I don't care. We got a lot of, passion and blood, sweat, and tears in this thing. And we're just really excited about it.
Yeah. You are so overstuffed with stars, like an overstuffed po' boy.
Yeah, we won't do this again. We've already got the dates for next year for I think it's the 5th and 6th, I think, or 4th and 5th. I forget. It's the first Saturday and Sunday of December. Yeah, I think it's 4th and 5th. To see, this year it's 6th. 5th and 6th, I think. But anyway, we've already got a bunch of stars that are signed on with us. A couple that we lost this year due to filming and other things. They're coming back,
Yeah.
And so we're going to make that announcement when we're in the middle of Cajun Con. We're going to have this thing come out. You're going to be surprised. Some really cool celebrities are coming. But we won't do 85 celebrities again. I've learned my lesson. We'll probably keep it around 40.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to undertake. We hired 8 Lug Circus, which I got to give them a plug because I met them at Smoky Mountain Fan Fest up in Tennessee. They're a women-ran organization. Thank God, because men can't pull their heads out of their asses. Anyway, and they go into cons and they basically go, give me your list. We'll work with your travel agent. Here's who we're picking up. They do cards. They move them around. And they figure, okay, this guy's coming in at this. Oh, this guy's coming in like 5 minutes later. Let's just wait for him. We'll pick them all up. Dude, they walk away and you're like, I can breathe. They pick them up from the airport. They bring them to the hotel. They bring them from the hotel to the venue, and then they take them back. So that's been a blessing. I got a hats off to those ladies. 8 Lug Circus. If you're a con listening to this, man, look them up. They are wonderful, and they're funny as all get out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a lot of things that we've stolen a lot of great ideas from other cons. And then the ideas that don't work, we're like, yeah, we're not going to be doing that.
Got to learn from them.
Yeah. Well, I learned from Mike Inslee over at Pensacon. He does it right in that green room. And he treats the stars like stars. And he feeds them first class. And a good friend of mine and just a great guy in the con world. And so I said, this is our pattern for the green room. I took pictures. I said, this is what our con is going to look like in the green room. And so my girl, Vicky, who does that, she's like, I'm on it, So one day I was driving and I was like, you know what? I need to get listens to everything you say. You ever notice that? I mean, everything you freaking say. True story. I'm at a con this weekend in San Antonio, Texas. And I was eating dinner with one of my celebrity friends. And we were talking about country music. And phone was down, okay, off, really, it was black. And I said, we were talking about the song, Baby's Got Her Blue Jeans On. Remember that? So he goes, God, who sings that? I said, man, I forgot who sings that. And, Baby's Got Her Blue Jeans On. So he's looking it up and he goes, Mel McDaniel sung that song. I said, yeah, old Mel McDaniel. As he said that, I reached over and grabbed my phone, opened it up, freshened it up. Mel McDaniel is on my phone. Talking about that today, that was the anniversary of him falling off the stage in Louisiana, where I'm from. And I was like, what are the odds? So one day I'm driving down the road and I'm thinking, man, I need to get some pins, some like little metal pins and blah, blah, blah for Cajun Con. And I was talking to a buddy of mine on the phone. And I said, I just don't know where to go get them. I mean, and he goes, give your phone 20 minutes. You'll have 50 of them popping up. So I thought it was funny. So I said, hey, phone, I need some like pins, like collector pins, metal pins. If you can please send me some ideas. I'm going through my Facebook, and I kid you not, every pin in the world was popping up. And so I found one and ordered it. And there we go, Cajun Con pins.
Nice.
which all the stars will get with their little lanyard, little collector's pin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, just be careful what you ask your phone to do.
Yeah.
Totally. And that's like, I think I met you at a con about a year ago, and Fan Expo in New Orleans.
Yep.
And then you've been posting, we got a chance for sponsors. And TJ and I have been looking for ways to expand the con. Excuse me, not the con, the pod.
Yeah.
And I reached out to you and we talked about a price. I said, okay, let me think about it.
Yeah.
And minutes later, our friend Jana McCaffrey, who's a lawyer, said, can I sponsor your podcast so I can get some clients?
Yeah, you're like, here's what's gonna cost you.
Yeah, and we didn't.
He's like, hold on just a second. Hey, Scott, we're in. I'll call you back later.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Let's just say she was the lion's share, but the synergy of the universe, when you need things to happen and they're supposed to happen, it's incredible.
So let me ask you this, TJ, Brian, where are you guys out of? Are you out of New Orleans?
We are.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Love me some New Orleans, man. Check this out. This is what all the stars are going to get for their VIP lanyards. And the God, I know I'm gonna sound stupid, but God, who did the artwork here? It starts with a J. Well, God dang it, I'm an idiot, and I'm almost embarrassed. But look how cool this is. He painted this. This is drew this and painted it.
Oh, wow.
But all the actors and guest artists are going to get that pass, and it's got the lanyard, the Cajun Con lanyard. We've done everything first class. Jonathan, God, what's Jonathan's last name? Big artist, but he'll be at Cajun Con. I'll tell you his name here in a minute. It'll pop in, but
okay, no problem.
Yeah. So we've done everything that we possibly can to give it a Willy Wonka feel, and to showcase. We got a lot of great artists. I mean, more so than an average con, and we're going to be tight in this room. It's going to be in the Rev Center at Lamar Dixon Expo Center. We thought we had 2 buildings. We ended up only with one. They have a special needs dance going on in the second one, which I'm totally cool with.
Right.
And so, but next year we'll have both venues, and we'll definitely take both of them up. But most cons when they start, they start off and they work their way up. We kind of started at the top, and I'm hoping we're not working our way down, but we are going to go to 40 celebrities next year, though. I can guarantee you that. Of course, Nicole, my ride or die, she looks at me and she goes, right, 40. She goes, I think I'm going to be when we hit 100, I'm going to go, what happened to the 40?
They're still there.
Yeah, they're still there.
So you said you locked in vendors really fast, and I mean, certainly wrangling that many celebrities can't be easy. What's been the most challenging part to put all this together?
Being 2 people doing the work of it's like Jay Branch, who has VXV, good friend of ours. He's got like 30 cons, and I go into his cons and we sign at his cons and set up, and I'm looking at all these volunteers and just his staff, just his paid staff. He's got 30 people.
Oh, wow.
And he's got 100 volunteers, and I'm going. So he goes, "How many you got?" And I go, "What do you mean?" I goes, "How many have you got on staff? Are you doing?" I go, "You're looking at them, 2." So our MO, our whole thing about our con is this. I think people sometimes walk into some of these cons and they get overwhelmed, overstimulated. There's so much to do, you don't even know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think cons have gotten away from what they really were scheduled. They were put out there to do. It was fans, vendors, stars. Boom. Now we've got gaming. We've got TV. We got after parties. We got blah, 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 blah. And you're like, okay, I don't even know where to start. Oh, we're going to need to scan your wristband. Then you scan this, and you do this, you got this, and then blah, 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 blah. Man, I'm like, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know which door to go into, And I said, we got to get back to simplicity, man. We got to get back to vendors, stars, fans. Boom. Let's do that.
And Brian's going, yes, finally.
Yes, that's what we're doing. We're not. Do people go, so who's on your panels? I'm like, there are no panels, okay?
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying we won't add some panels down the road, but I talk to a lot of my celebrity friends, and I ask them, if you could delete anything from a con, and I'm not making this up, I'm just telling, not everybody would say this, but I'd say 90%. Everybody says, oh, I delete the panels in a heartbeat. And I'm like, why? And they go, well, I'll tell you why. Because every time you do a panel, you have the same 4 people sitting out there asking the same question. What was it like, Freddie, to wear the glove? It was an honor. It was really nice. It was really an honor. Next question. Yeah, was it long putting the makeup on? It was. It was 20 hours a day. It was bad. Next question. Meanwhile, now not for somebody like Robert England, who's a monster star. I love this guy. But, for people like us, and I mean, it's like you got the same 6, 7 people out there. Meanwhile, you have to leave your booth, and you've got 20 people in line, and you're like, hey, folks, I'll be right back. I got to go do my panel. Well, you're going to lose that money. They only have so much money, and if they don't want to go to your panel, they're going to walk away, and they're going to go spend it. So basically, that panel costs you, anybody on an average, $1,000, $2,000 to go do a panel. I'm like, nah, gone. Another thing we deleted was and really the same principle works for the pro photos, because most of those celebrities will get 4 people buy their pro photos. Like mine, I get 4 or 5 people at a con. I told them, just take me off those things. I don't want to do it. I'll make more money standing there taking a selfie in front of my banner with a fan than I am walking halfway across the block to take a professional shot. So nothing against the pro photos. I'm just saying, for me personally and the people I talk, it's the scenes. Now, we did do it because you have a lot of fans that want that professional photo with Art the Clown. And he's going to be in the Santa outfit. And so we're going to do that. And then you've got the Willy Wonka, the whole reunion. So we decided, okay, we'll do the pro photos and mainly concentrate on Art the Clown and the Wonka kids. We did put some of the other big names in there, but again, it's been Art the Clown and the Wonka kids that are getting the buys. Next year, I can tell you right now, I probably will cancel. I won't do pro photos. It's just, I think people like that table connection, and
I love pro photos.
Oh, you do?
And I'm not saying that you're doing wrong. Yeah. I agree with that too.
No. A lot of people do.
3 of the hobbits from Lord of the Rings showed up, so I brought ring pops for everybody.
Yeah.
And then
and here's where those work out, is when you go to a con, and I will give you this. This is where it comes in handy. When you got a reunion, such as the Wonka kids, or let's say a reunion of Freddy Krueger, and you got Freddy and the other group in there, I get it. Because you want a group shot, and you're not going to say, hey, Robert, can you walk with us all over to all the other people's booths and take photos? Can't do that. I get it. But and I would say this, if I get, like say next year, if I were to pull off a reunion that's worth that, I can't just put two booths together and have them walk 2 feet, like Scream, right? That would make sense. I get it. You got to have that because the fans want that. But and we did that because of Art the Clown and the Wonka kids and whatnot. I'm just not a big fan of pro photos as far as the time it takes me to go do them. You know what I mean? But a lot of people love them, man. They eat and breathe them, and I'm sure that we'll have some sort of a way to do the pro photos if we just takes up a lot of room. But that being said, and I will tell you this: if we get somebody. I do want to add the panels. Not, and I'm not trying to mention any names, but I don't think people want to, sit and hear, a B actor talk about for 40 minutes about, of something. And now if you get William Shatner, people love to hear him BS, and he doesn't mind going and doing them because he already knows the money he's going to make at a con. Okay.
Right.
So people like to hear his BS, and frankly, I do too. So, but it is what it is. We're learning, man. And here's another thing I want to tell people. This is our first con, folks. We know there's going to be some stuff we're going to end up changing. You don't have to drive it through to us. We're offering free parking. It's free to get in. Remember that when you get on and let us know your experience this year, because we do want to get feedback. But at the same time, remember this. It is going to be tight quarters because we put way too many stars in there. But at the same time, you got in for free. You didn't have to pay a dime. A lot of cons charge, $60, $70 a day.
Yep.
You're getting in for free, and you're getting 85 celebrities. We're covering every genre from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s to today. And so everybody's getting a little bit of everything, So just remember that when you're nitpicking us at the deal. Oh man, I didn't even know where the line started. And I'm just going to tell you right now, you might as well just go ahead and type that in there, because that's going to happen.
Never forget, you're going to see the NOLA film scene there.
Yes,
right. That's the main draw.
Scene, the NOLA film scene, they are going to be there, and you can pull up your little chair and act like you're on the Johnny Carson show.
So an interview booth at our booth, interviewing fans, TJ.
That's a little bit on the. Yeah, we could probably do that.
Yeah. You put a little chair there on the desk and just sit them there and roll tape. And so, what do you think of Cajun Con? Well, it sucks. Okay, thanks for coming. Next, what do you think of Cajun? Yeah, and I'm back there in the back going. Yeah,
we charge them $5. $5 for 2 minutes.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
$10 if they're negative.
Yeah,
exactly. No, that's the whole thing. Scott's handing out $5 bills for every nice comment.
Scott's standing off to the side with a shepherd's crook to pull them off if they say something bad about the show.
Yeah. I know how it goes. Yeah, and the funny thing is we have. I'll just tell you this right now. I'm putting this together. I've got a hernia, and dude, I got it from constant setup every weekend. We're somewhere, and I'm on a ladder lifting stuff I shouldn't be lifting. I ended up getting a little torn hernia, and so I got to get that fixed after Christmas. But it's funny that I told the doctor, I said, "Well, I've got I got some appearances I got to do, and then I got to load up a trailer and move it down to Lamar, and I got to set up for a solid week." And he goes, "Man, that's going to hurt." I said, "Well, what do I do?" He says, "You need to get online and buy one of these hernia belts. You strap this thing on. It's like you're strapping on. Well, I don't even know, but it's not comfortable. Okay." And so you're walking around with this thing and Velcroed on you just so that you can, take the pain. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking to myself, God, the stuff that some people do to pull it. See, people in the world are cruel. They're mean. They don't know what you're going through to try to make something happen nice for somebody, And like there'll be nobody that'll know that I will be working that con probably in sheer pain, and that I've got a little something poking out my gut that I got to have surgery to fix. And it's just so and then my ride or die has got an abscess tooth. She's in went to the doctor today. They're gonna have to cut this thing out. I'm like, God, we're falling apart right before the con. So it's a lot of work to make sure you dot you cross your T's, dot your I's. And man, dude, I wish I could. All these are like notes. I mean, like everything I'm doing is just notes, contracts, agreements. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. I'm excited about it. I really am. I'm excited to see all my buddies. We're gonna have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there. You got Art the Clown. I'll tell you what's really cool is Kevin freaking Von Erich.
Yes,
is going to be, and I mean, I was in the Iron Claw. I was the ring announcer in the Iron Claw.
Yeah,
and I met him in Dallas at the premiere, and he was just flabbergasted that I did Scooby Doo. Told me that him and his kids used to watch Scooby Doo all the time, and he said, "Man, if you ever need anything, you call me." Of course, I looked over at his manager. He used to be one of my old radio bosses. And he goes, JC, and he goes, you should have never said that to him. Sure enough, I had his number. I was calling him the week after. I said, you're coming to Cajun Con. Check this out. That's my whole outfit that I wore in the Iron Claw.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the tuxedo. I auctioned off the shoes at a gala recently, but I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Get to have that. And I'll tell you who bought that for me was Brett Wagner, who is Leatherface. He's coming to the con.
I saw that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Brett's one of my dear friends, and he calls me one night and he goes, hey, are you that A24 which produced your movie, The Iron Claw? He goes, they're auctioning off stuff from the movie. And I said, no kidding. He goes, yeah, they're auctioning off right now. They're auctioning off your suit from the ring announcer. I said, I got to have that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, yeah, my wife and I are bidding on it right now. We're going to see if we can get it for you. And I'm thinking, God, I told him, I said, well, man, don't spend too much money. He goes, yeah, it's only at $12. And I was like,
right in the heart.
Wow. God, that hurt. You
got it.
I think he got it for $35. I was like, wow, that tells you how big your role is in the movie industry.
The universe wanted you to have it.
Yeah, it's going to be big.
Leatherface, but you've got Jeepers Creepers van coming in.
Dude, I was hanging around Troy. Jackson he owns the Jeepers Creepers truck, and we hung out in San Antonio this weekend. And this is the actual screen used truck, number one. Mm-hmm. He has spent, I think he told me he's got over 100,000 now in it, restoring it and getting it back to, well, it's way better than the film because it had a crappy engine in it. Then it barely ran. They had to actually push it to some scenes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But now it's got a brand new engine in it and it purrs like nothing. And so he's excited about. We actually had breakfast a couple of times this last weekend, and he'll be there, and you'll be able to come see all the paraphernalia for that. And then of course, Kate McCucci, who is on The Big Bang Theory, and she's also Velma Dinkley. Gray Delisle, whose family lives all in Gonzales, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. Didn't know that, her aunt. And then she'll be there. She's a Zulu, and also, Daphne and a million others.
Yep.
Rakesh is in the house. Big Samoa. Okay. Mindy Cohn. Oh, my God. C.J. Graham. Jason Lives.
I didn't know you got Mindy Cohn.
Oh, yeah. Mindy Cohn is no, I'm sorry. Not Mindy Cohn. Mindy Sterling. Now, I'm working on Mindy Cohn for next year. That's why I said that. There, let that slip. Yeah, it's okay. Mick Foley. Bam Margera couldn't make it. He was making good on, he had to cancel at a con that we were actually together the 1st of June up there at Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
And so he goes, dude, he's doing a Christmas deal on the same day yours, and he wants me to come do it. I said, well, go make it good for him, and I'll catch you next year. So he goes, I'm there, man. So Bam will be back, and Jason Griffith will be back with us. He's filming a movie. And then Kat Cressida, like I said, will be there. Jason Gramillion, Greg Berger. John Morris. He finally got a pop. Andy has got a pop. And I was trying to find, I thought I had one here, but, he's all grown up now, the voice of Andy on Toy Story.
We talked to Greg a few days ago. Greg
Yep.
Berger.
Yep.
We are talking to Ming Chen on the 30th.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I met
love
Ming
Ming
a few times.
Ming is like, if there's a con, Ming is at it. There's not a con. I told him, I said, Ming, let me ask you something. You go to every con. How are you at the same place at 60 different cons in one weekend? He goes, it's not easy. He's a piece of work. We get along so well, and he's just such a great guy. And and I always said this, how I know if a con's going to be successful is I look to see if Ming's on the deal.
Yeah.
If Ming is on, if he's on the bill, I'm going.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
You have. I keep wanting to say the original Captain America, but let's say the 70s Captain America, because there was one before him.
Yeah, but he's pretty much the OG though. The one that we all kind of remember.
That's what everybody remembers.
Yeah.
And I go by. It's like Shazam. There's been other people play Shazam, but there's been but in the 70s, Saturday morning cartoons, that's the bomb. Okay.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people don't remember. If you talk about the superheroes, Super Friends on Saturday mornings. You know, I'm a kid of the Saturday mornings, and I used to love Ted Knight. He'd always go, "Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice," you know, because he was the announcer on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not know that until about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I was reading a bio because I love Ted Knight. And I said, no kidding. I said, that makes sense. Meanwhile, Ted, you wouldn't want it getting around that you don't like God. You know, how he was on the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Right.
And, yeah, so, God, I miss Saturday morning cartoons. I'll tell you, that's our theme next year is Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, sweet.
And I'm going to go ahead and let a cat out of the bag, give you guys a little piece of fodder here.
Exclusive.
But yeah, we're bringing in the entire living cast of Land of the Lost for next year. And so that'll be our Land of the Lost.
Marshall, Will, and Holly.
Yeah, on a routine expedition and the greatest earthquake ever known. I also want to get, if he's listening out there, I doubt it, but anyway, I want to get Peter Billingsley to come in. I'm a big Christmas Story fan, Peter Billingsley fan.
Yeah.
And I just had him sign one of my pops, and just big fan of his.
Totally.
You know.
And you have Christmas Story at this year's too.
We do. We've got Scotty Schwartz.
Yeah.
Played Flick. He'll be with us. In fact, he's helping us out on a bunch of TV interviews that we're going to do the week of. And so he's coming in. And I'll tell you who else is going to come in early and wear the costume in is going to be Troy Jackson for the Jeepers Creepers. So he's going to be sitting in those interviews in that whole creeper outfit.
Whoa.
And I just thought that would be, pretty
That's
cool.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Do you have any fake eyeballs he can?
Yes. Oh God. Yeah. That would be cool. He needs to get him some eyeballs.
Or if there's a candy, he can just start popping them in his mouth.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Well,
yeah, I think we're up. One more. Eddie Munster is going to be there.
Yes, Butch Patrick. Love Butch. I've been knowing Butch for 30-something plus years. He'll call me every once in a while, and he'll go, "Hey, you got any cons that need a werewolf?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think some, so." But, yeah, I love Butch Patrick. He's great. He'll be there. He's bringing Dragula. So he'll have that sucker also. I just spent some time with him at Spooky Empire in Orlando a couple of weeks ago. And, but, yeah, everybody loves the Munsters, And so, he's the last official living member, of the original Munsters.
Yeah.
I think there's one girl left, but.
One of the Marilyns, I think they have.
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of like Dick York and Dick Sargent. They just switched Marilyns in the middle of the deal.
And then they made Sergeant York.
Yes.
Well, Scott, one, thank you for letting us be a part of this. It's
I'm glad. Yeah, we're excited to have you guys, and everybody will come see you guys, and we're pumped about it. I want to encourage everybody to just come be a part of a first year Magic. We know we're going to work we'll have some things to probably work on once we get it up and going. But the good thing is you have to have one before you know what you want to do and where it goes, right?
Yep.
So that's going to be us. We're going to be learning. Rome wasn't created in a day. I think it was a day and a half. No. But we're going to get through this, and we're gonna have some fun. Folks can come. It's funny. I get some of the craziest questions that get emailed to me. They're like, "I got this golden ticket in the mail. What does this do?" And I'm like, "Have you read it?" And they're like, "Yeah." It says I get in for free, and I said, "Well, bingo, you get in for free with this ticket." Well, do I still have to pay for autographs? Yes. 85 celebrities aren't just going to sit there and sign autographs for you for free and give up their pictures. Okay, well, I've never been to a con. It's like, so a couple of things. Yes, be courteous. We have 3 things that we're putting on the sign. When you get to a normal con, sometimes they have all these rules and stuff. No, we got 3 rules. Be courteous, have fun, and wear deodorant. You guys know what I'm talking about.
I do. I'm in common.
I tell you right now, it's like, what do they wake up and go, don't anybody wear deodorant? Well, you got to stink at the con. I'm like, oh my God, you know.
If I save my money and I don't put on deodorant, I can get another panel. I can get another picture. I can get another autograph.
Oh my God, yeah, no, it's that's going to be our 3 main rules. Oh, we do have a 4th. It says we do have the right under any circumstance to kick you out of the building for no reason.
Yeah.
Because you just never know, and you got to have that right. You know, by entering this deal, you give us that right. Yeah. So, but anyway, other than that, it's just going to be fun, folks. Get your tickets now at Cage. Here's the thing: if you don't have a ticket or you don't screenshot it, we're going to charge you $100 to get in. End of story. We've been telling you this for 2.5 years. So, all you need to do is go to the website CajunConLA.com. Download the free ticket, screenshot it, whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. Show it at the door. We will give you a bracelet for 2 days, and you'll get in. Come have fun with us. It's the first year. It's going to be magical. We're gonna everybody's gonna have fun. Now, somebody did ask. I do want to warn people that bought the Fast Pass. So, a couple of things. Like I said, we're down to 50 of these left. So, they're only $150. Trust me, if you're trying to get a ton of autographs, you're going to want this pass. But somebody asked me, they said, can we take this off once we go through the line and give it to Susie? No, you can't. It's one per person. It stays on you. Well, how do you know they're not going to, give it to Uncle Joe in the back and let him come up? Well, I'll tell you, because when you come through the line, before you walk in the door, we're putting a plastic wristband nice and tight permanently on your arm. You can have this all day long. If you don't have this, you will not get this to move to the deal. So you can't take this off and just slide it to grandma because it's going to be nice and snug on your arm. Yeah. So just warning you right now, this is more or less for cosmetics, your collector's deal. And you'll have the wristband that'll get you the front of the line or up close.
And so, just because Uncle Billy gets to the front of the line, Aunt Susie can't walk up with him.
Yeah.
That's how cons work.
It's one per person in the line, or we'd have 1 million people standing up there. Hey, this is my son. This is Max. And this is my dog, Pedro. And this is my Aunt Melly. Come on up here and say hi to. No, it doesn't work that way. So it's one person per deal. And, but anyway, come see us, folks. Have fun. Cajun Con LA. Here's one last thing. We are being bombarded with people asking us, what are the prices for a lot of these artists? The answer is, we've actually, for the first time, we were calling a bunch of these artists. Some artists don't want to put their prices up. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I'm like, okay. I don't know why. I don't know why they want to do it. But we are getting a bunch of those gathered up, and we're going to put everyone that we have on Black Friday. It will go up a week from this Friday. All the ones that have participated to give us their prices. It'll be an autograph, a selfie, and a combo deal. And those will go up next Friday. We're gathering all that info, so just bear with us, dude. It's just, it's a 2-man show here.
Yeah.
So
I haven't asked the autograph question, so thank you for answering that.
There you go. So people will know now. And listen, if you don't see one of your favorite stars on that list, that doesn't mean he's not coming. It doesn't mean he's giving it away for free. It just means he didn't get back with us on the prices or didn't want to put them up. So it's just the way it is, okay? But I can guarantee you this, and I've been telling people this, a good ballpark figure for most of all the artists we have is anywhere from $30 to $60. That's kind of a good ballpark figure.
Yeah.
So if you're going for, let's say, Eddie Deason, I'm just guessing, he may be $35, $40. If you're going for Jake the Snake, he may be $50 or $60, Few of them you're going to have popping in there at $70 and $80. There'll be a few of those, Art the Clown and some other folks, whatever, are going to be a little bit higher. But you can kind of guess, folks, when you go through our list, at people price accordingly to the novelty and how rare they are, in the business. So I think Lou Ferrigno charges $80, maybe $100. I don't know, somewhere in there. So you're just going to have to pick and choose what you think. Look at we'll put that up on the Facebook and the website. But one last thing, everything we're doing is pretty much going to the Facebook. That has become our everything that we're doing. So yeah, what's up on the website's probably that's what's going to end up on the website. Okay.
Yeah.
The Facebook is our communication tool for everybody. So if you want to get answers, see what we're posting, everything will end up on Facebook. So,
yeah. And if I can add from my own Comic-Con experience as a visitor, not as a guest, I have to find the right word. Budget your money. Say, I can spare this much, and these are my top priorities.
Yep. And we will have ATM machines. I just talked to the folks at the ATM today. They'll have 4 ATM machines out there locked and loaded, and they will keep them loaded throughout the whole con. So most celebrities I'd have to say now it's kind of gotten to where it's about 50-50. But a lot of 50% of the stars only take cash.
Yeah.
And then you'll get people like me that takes credit card and cash. And then you have people I've actually seen some stars, they're like, oh, I only take credit cards. So unless you got, which I don't know why, but I mean, I have seen a few. So just come prepared, bring lots of cash, bring your credit cards. This is a once in a lifetime event. It's going to be very fun. And listen, Five Nights at Freddy's debuts the night before on Friday. We have a lot of stars from Five Nights at Freddy's from 1 and 2. And they're all going to be there. We've got Creek Wilson will be there. My buddy Creek, he was the Mariner Ghost. Oh, you know Creek.
Yeah.
He's he's going to be there. He was the Mariner Ghost in the Haunted Mansion as well.
And Mr. Slam.
Yeah. Oh my God. And he. I had to. You don't know what it took for me to get him not to bring, to show samples of him in the watermelon.
I was going to say because he signs watermelon, so that's not coming.
Yeah. Well, the samples of the watermelon are coming. I just told him you can't bring a real watermelon and demonstrate. It's not going to fly at the con.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good.
Frowned upon.
Yes, it is frowned upon.
So I've heard.
I am a bit jealous. But anyway, and
for
then,
next year,
yes.
For next year, give him his own private room.
Yes. Well, we can have a watermelon cutting contest. This would go over big.
Compare and contrast with Mr. Slam, and we'll leave it with that.
Exactly. And then, of course, we do have a cosplay contest. The Turtles. Hey, Partners in Crime is going to be performing at the event, and they did the soundtrack of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the real movie. He'll be performing the theme songs from the Turtles, and then of course we got the Turtles in costume, the real ones from the movies, and so it'll be a fun time. Kids are going to love it. They'll put on 2 shows. We got the Sanderson sisters from Texas. They do an amazing cosplay deal of the Sanderson sisters, and they'll be performing. We got a few other people performing on the stage. It's not a big stage, but that'll be going on. And the cosplay contest, I think, is at 4 on Sunday with nice trophies and everything. So if you're going to enter that, we will have a booth where you can go sign up for the cosplay. So,
right. And as they say, cosplay is not consent. So,
exactly, folks.
Be respectful of them. Just if someone's dressed scantily, that doesn't give you permission for anything. Ask to take a picture with them. Yeah, and they usually will.
Oh, absolutely. And
whether that's guests or visitors.
Yes,
just regular people. Because when you dress up, you want to take that picture with somebody.
Yeah.
Just ask them first.
Yep. All right, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all.
Yeah, likewise.
I'm off to save the wizard.
Well, thanks, Scott. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, and a couple things. Y'all come see us. We'll be, again, at 3 Alarm Comics this weekend, right there in Biloxi. They've been there forever. Scotty owns it over there, and Kat Cressida will be there. You can get an early visit with her. And, of course, I'll have all the new Scooby-Doo Funko Pops and old Pops and new Pops and trinkets and movies and T-shirts and whatnot. It'll be a fun time, and come spend a little time with us. And by the way, anybody that shows up at 3 Alarm Comics is going to get a free family 4-pack of the golden tickets. So we will pass those out to you for free, obviously.
Yep.
We're going to give people a chance to register to win a pair of Cajun Con Fast Passes while we're there. So, yeah, come see us, and then we'll see you in a couple of weeks at Cajun Con, CajunConLA.com. Download the free ticket now.
Download. Good night, folks.
Night, folks.